Can,
All right, live.
Yeah, you go.
yeah.
Yeah. There you go, you should be good.
Dwayne Neville coming to you live from Tugun for the Gold Coast Rugby League elimination final between the Tugun Seahawks and the Runaway Bay Seagulls. As we can just see there, where players just got started. We're just going to confirm the team list for you as a big A320 just flies over our heads here. So this is the fifth and last now for the Tugun Seahawks, 40 metres out. Kick goes up, nice big high kick, should be collected. And taken off the ball, and great tackle there by the Tugun Seahawks. So we just had a few lineup changes, so we're just confirming that for you right at this moment in the first few minutes of this one. So that's Don Neville back here with you. Just apologies. We had about 7 or 8 last-minute changes, so we'll just confirm that now. So we're now good to go. It's still 0-0 here in the first 5 minutes between the Runaway Bay Seagulls and the Tugun Seahawks. So that the tally tape for the two teams. So it was about 5 changes for the Tugun Seahawks from the 26-12 win over the Almost Shearers. Corey Morris is the fullback, Troy Canning, as well as Tim Cassidy in the back line with Sammy Latu. Jacob Grant and Sam Meskel are the halves. Josh Harvey, Will Johnston, Levi Norton, Rob Apanui, Nick Harold and Ethan Roberts is the forward pack. On the bench we have Blake Zillman, Jordan Aniofatu, Macaulay Dawson and Paul Sheedy. For the Runaway Bay Seagulls, John Macklin is in the back line with Dan Kelly, Ben Fritz and Dylan Pello. And completing the back line is Jake Powell. James Poland and Stephen Rooney, who's one of the changes, has come into the halves. Dioran Happy Apiata and Jenan Wedderbush Parish complete the forward line with Taniela Bavali, Darcy Sims, Steve Tolo and Dimitri Polo. So So as the scrum goes down, 20 out now for the Tugun Seahawks. Neither three of these teams have been able to be separated in the three games they've played thus far. Both teams getting the spoils by 2 points each, as well as one draw. So this will be the Tugun Seahawks now to have the feed. Sorry. Runaway, this will be taken in the tackle there, 30 metres out. Tugun Seahawks, they finished fourth with an 8, 7 and 3 draws, finishing with 46 points there. Last start was 26-12 winners over Ormo. Of course, their top try scorer is Tim Cassidy with 10, fourth overall. This play resumes halfway. We played at by, I think that was played up there by Will Johnston. And he'll be brought down there by Ben Fritz, 45 metres away from the Runaway Seagulls line. 30 metres out, this is the fifth and last. Tugun will be looking to get first points here. This will be now Johnston to play it. Kick goes up, that is Sam Maskell. Big high kick, and there's a big breeze to speak of. Well taken there by Rob Abenui. Pass through the hands, that's Josh Harvey. Cut out pass, and that's gone into the hands. That's Tim Cassidy. He goes for a run. The first point's looking for, well, taken off the ball there by the Runaway Bay Seagulls. They'll have a line drop out. Tugun Seahawks, they've won their last three though. They lost their first three going into this one, and begs the question, if they had picked up a few of the 2 out of 3 of those at least, they'd probably wouldn't be fighting for an elimination final. As play resumes, nicely taken off the ball. So good tackle around the legs there. I think that was Demetric Pello in the tackle. And it's 35 metres out. They're playing the short side. Nice hit up there by Josh Harvey. He's 30 out. That's Johnson. That's into the hands of Sam Maskell. Through the hands, through as many hands as possible. Cut out pass. And he's just going to be brought down there about 15 metres away from the Runaway Bay Seagulls line. This will be their fourth phase of play. Nicely tackled there. I think that's taken up. That's Steve Tolo there in the tackle. And they're 10 metres out. And that's nice splitting run. First points back in for the Tugun Seahawks. And to the approval of the home crowd here behind us. 4 points to 0. We'll just confirm the try score here in the next little bit. And you can probably see there, just on the goalpost area, it's a big, massive breeze from just behind this. So that was Ethan Roberts, was the first try scorer. What the Tugun Seahawks needed to do. Ethan Roberts, that's his 5th try of the campaign. He's actually scored against Runaway Bay previously in a game previous. He's played a bit of football too for the Seagulls Intrust Super Cup team. He's also a South Grafton Rebel in the Group 1 competition. And he played in the NYC for the Gold Coast Titans in seasons 2016-17. So this will be Sam Maskell to add the extras. He's been so impressive with the boot this year. He's the third overall point scorer, I must say. So he'll line this one up. And he'll have a Jetstar A320 to contend with as that takes off. So does the ball from Sam Maskell to add the extras at 6-0. Tugun Seahawks over the Runaway Bay Seagulls. Of course, we're here at the Betty Diamond Complex here in Tugun for the elimination final of the Rugby League Gold Coast competition. So the Tugun Seahawks, they had a pretty topsy-turvy season coming into this one. After their 22-16 shock loss against Ormo, they went on to beat the Burleigh Heads. So they lost the bottom of the ladder and won against the top of the ladder, 18-16. In round 13, they lost to Southport 52-12, and then in round 20, they beat Southport 32-0. So, as our man mentioned, it begs the question if the Tugun Seahawks had just maybe picked up one or two more of those wins, that they'd probably be playing a qualifying final against Currumbin against Southport tomorrow, which is also what's featured on Bar TV tomorrow. Scotty will be on the mic for you for that one tomorrow from Southport. As we resume live action now, good play up the middle there by the Tugun Seahawks to get it from halfway. Fifth and last kick goes up, and that's just going to go over the head there of Dan Kelly. He just throws an absolute hospital pass. Well collected there by the Tugun Seahawks. Not what the Runaway Bay Seagulls needed. They're at 6s and 7s in defence. And I think the Tugun Seahawks there have just conceded a penalty out of nothing. Or have they? Apologies, I think that might have been an offside penalty against the Runaway Bay Seagulls. So they're going to go for the early shot at 2. So this will be a handy 8-point lead now, beckoning for the Tugun Seahawks. For the Tugun Seahawks, 2 of their players have played every game this year, and the likes of Nick Harold and Josh Harvey. Of course, Nick Harold today, he's playing in the second row position. Tim Cassidy is the only player this year as well to scored at least 10 tries or more in this lineup. 2 others have scored 5 or more, Jacob Grant for 6 and Wyndham Peachy for 5. So, whilst Tim Cassidy's been doing the business, we need to get it around the park if the Tugun Seahawks are going to get the job done today. Though, as we can see there, it's out the extras. It's now Tugun Seahawks 8 to the Runaway Bay Seagulls 0. Here at the Betty Diamond Complex here in Tugun. As we're about to get restarted here, the Tugun Seahawks, they've had a whopping 10 games out of 18 decided by 8 points or less across the course of the season. They won 5 of them, lost 2, and they drew the other 3. And they would have liked maybe 2 out of those 3 at least. But they're looking like they're doing the business thus far, the Tugun Seahawks. We get back underway. Oh, that's a nice kick off the fly there by the Runaway Bay Seagulls. Forced a mistake. And this will be now a line dropout. Let's see what the Runaway Bay Seagulls can do with a set of 6 in tow. So we're about to get restarted now. Line dropout now for the Tugun Seahawks. So a nice kick. Oh, nothing is absolutely going right today for the Runaway Bay Seagulls. What the dropout, well plucked by the Tugun Seahawks. And they'll have the first set of 6 on the Runaway Bay Seagulls 30-metre line. And the referee there is just going to stop play. Geez, what can go wrong for the Runaway Bay Seagulls today? Just nothing has gone absolutely right. They've done so well to force the error inside the line in the dead ball area against the Seahawks. But out of nowhere, just a fee for the night. The Tugun Seahawks just picked that one out of nowhere. And they'll have at least another 5 to play with on Runaway Bay Seagulls 30 metres. The Runaway Bay Seagulls are actually coming off a nice handy win against Southport Tigers last week, 28-24. As play gets resumed here. So this will be played, and that's Josh Harvey. He goes for a gallop, 20 metres out. This will be played by Will Johnson on the 3rd phase of play. That's gone in the hands of Maskell. Maskell into the hands of Grant. They'll bring it back centre field. Big left-hand side play here coming for the Tugun Seahawks, but they'll have to go right. They'll get it through as many hands. There's a good overlap here. But he's just going to be brought there 10 metres out. This will be now Will Johnson to play from dummy half. We'll get it through as many hands as possible here. There's still a big left-hand side play coming in for the Seahawks. Fifth and last. Runaway Bay Seagulls can ill afford to be down by 14 so early in the piece. And they'll bring it inside field. Kick across the carpet. And that had to be forced out there by the Runaway Bay Seagulls. A line dropout now coming their way. The Tugun Seahawks have conceded double digits in every game, with the exception of 2. On both of those occasions, though, they've held those oppositions to nil throughout the course of the season. And every player that has played at least 8 games throughout the course of the year has gone on to score. So let's see what can come out of this for the Seahawks. This will be a nice gallop across here on 35 metres out. This is Johnson. He goes from dummy half. Nice tackle there. 20 metres out. Johnson. That's gone into the hands of, I think that's Rob Apanui. Sorry. So that was actually taken up there, but that was Ethan Roberts. And nice little play there. That's Sam Meskel. And it's just getting bad or worse here for the Runaway Bay Seagulls, conceding a penalty deep inside their own 10. And if they're not careful, they'll be down to 12 men sooner rather than later. So that's James Pollan there. He's been put... I think that's... Well, one of the Runaway Bay Seagulls players has just been put on report. So, interested to see what comes out of that. As play resumes, this will be played by Will Johnson. That's going to be taken up there. That's Josh Harvey. They're 8 metres away now from the Seagulls line. Johnson. Nice pass. That's gone in the hands of Grant. Big cutout pass by the Tugun Seahawks. And we'll just confirm with the referee, but this is looking never so pretty for the Tugun Seahawks. They've gone off to a real fast start. And just in the corner there, thus making it now 12-0. So that's right over the other side where we are, so it couldn't make out the try score. I believe that could have been either Troy Canning or Sammy Latu. We'll just confirm it with upstairs. But what a fast start by the Tugun. That was Sammy Latu who got that one over. 12-0 now, Tugun Seahawks over the Runaway Bay Seagulls. So Sammy Latu, that's his 5th try of the campaign. He also kicked 32 goals coming into this one. He's a former Burleigh Bears and Trust Super Cup player from the seasons 2011 through to 13. Also played for Tweed Seagulls in Trust Super Cup in seasons 15-18. He's a Queen United junior from 2009, and he also played a bit of... was in the Gold Coast Titans system as well as the Canberra Raiders system at the Harold Matthews level. So showed his absolute prowess on display here in front of the loyal Tugun Seahawk fans. And the flags are just waved away there. So Tugun Seahawks 12 to Runaway Bay Seagulls 0 here at the Betty Diamond Complex here at Tugun. Trust you join the coverage on Bar TV for the elimination final of the Rugby League Gold Coast competition for 2019. So as we were just about to get restarted. So this is taken in 10 metres away from the Tugun Seahawks line. So Runaway Bay Seagulls, they've got this one. They'll need to get something back. They're lucky the way that things have been going. They're only just down by the 2 converted tries at the present. And then we've got the sun beaming down in our face here. Oh, nice splitting run. This is a way to get things back in business for the Runaway Bay Seagulls. Nice splitting try through the Tugun Seahawks defence, and their first real try at having a dig inside the Tugun Seagulls 10. They get themselves on the board now, 12-4. And with the sun in the face and another one of those A320s flying behind us, so couldn't really make out the try score, so we'll just confirm it with upstairs. So that was Steve Tolo that's crossed over the stripe there, getting Runaway Seagulls back in business after a real shaky first 15 minutes. So Steve Tolo, that's his 7th try of the campaign. He scored a double against Ormo. And he scored in 2 separate occasions against Tugun, so if you're going to get it to him and score a try against the Tugun Seahawks, you'd be looking to get it into the right set of hands in Steve Tolo. One of many of Tweed Seagulls representatives. He represented at Fogs level, as well as the Sunshine Coast Falcons and Logan Brothers. So we're looking at the extras here. It's going to have to do well with the sun beaming down in our face here. And the kick goes over, easy as you like, making it now 12-6. The Tugun Seahawks just with their noses in front over the Runaway Bay Seagulls here in this elimination final for 2019. So that was Jake Powell that's had the extras. Had an impressive season for the boot this year. So as play gets restarted, the wind's just died off just that ever so slightly. Still pretty breezy. So, good tackle there, about 30 metres out. Ben Fritz there, we're just going to be doing his best to keep his teammate inside field. So that's passed from dummy half by Wedderburn Parish, who's the top try scorer for the Runaway Bay Seagulls. Oh, nice little hit and spin. And he's just going to be held there 30 metres away from the Seagulls line. They're playing short side. Big hard run. And it's the Seahawks there are just getting off the boil just ever so slightly after just conceding that try a couple of minutes ago. So the Runaway Bay Seagulls will have another set of 6, potentially deep inside the Tugun Seahawks half a field. So before now 40 metres out. So this will be played here by Ben Fritz. And it's a big hard run there by the try scorer Steve Tolo. So this will be now Wedderburn Parish. Past a big hard run. And they're at 20 metres away from the line. This will be Wedderburn Parish now to play from dummy half. And that sun is just smack bang into the face of the Runaway Bay Seagulls. And 2 back-to-back penalties for the Tugun Seahawks is not going to help matters. And after a real fast start in the first 10-15 minutes, and it'll be gone just as quickly if they don't really hold up their defence here. So the Seagulls are 10 metres away now from the Seahawks line. They played short side. They'll get it through as many hands as they can. Having a real hard time making out the numbers here with this sun smack bang right where we are. So they're playing at dummy half. I think that was taken up there by... I think that was Darcy Sims. Sorry, Steve Tolo. This will be Wedderburn Parish. They'll get it through. Oh, they'll look potential intercept. And that's going to be a penalty now to the Tugun Seahawks. So the Seahawks there just let off the hook ever so slightly. So the Tugun Seahawks had a 3 win, 2 draw and 1 loss record. Sits there shock loss, I made mention, against the Almost Shearers in round 14. So the Seahawks now 30 metres out from their own line. Thus far, they've had a very fast start, but the Runaway Bay Seagulls, they can ill afford to let go of this momentum especially now they're still 6 points down. So this will be played by Johnson from dummy half. Does well to go for a gallop. They're going to be just about 5 metres away from halfway. They're playing the short side. Good numbers here. Kick across field. Should be plucked out there by Troy Cannon. He's got numbers on his right. Well passed. Nice little inside pass there into the hands. I think that was Macaulay Dawson. And he's going to be just dragged down there 10 metres away. This will be Johnson to play it. That's in the hands of Meskel. That's gone in the hands of Grant. Big cutout pass. They like that corner before. Can they pay off dividends once again? It most certainly will for the Tugun Seahawks. They were on the ropes there ever so slightly, but we'll just wait for the referee to confirm it. And just in a couple of minutes later, they're going to put this back to potentially 12 points. The referee likes it. That corner has paid off dividends, and I think that's Sammy Ladu to get himself a double in the space of 10 minutes. Thus now making the score 16-6. So Tugun Seahawks are a little bit shaky in that 5 minutes when they... Sorry, that was Tim Cassidy that actually scored that one over. Just as I made mention, where we're situated, it's very hard making out these numbers. Hopefully once that sun goes down, it will play better dividends in the second half. But Tim Cassidy, no surprise, he's gone over. Their top try scorer for the campaign. I believe now that he's 11th try. So Tim Cassidy, that is indeed his 11th try for the campaign. Scored a triple against Bulamble and 2 against today's opposition, the Runaway Bay Seagulls. He was actually featured in the North Queensland Cowboys 2012 NYC squad, as well as the Chartertown and Townsville, and of course Tweed Seagulls Intrust Super Cup team 2015 and season 16. You would have put odds on him going over the line today if the Seahawks were going to get the job done today. But Sam Meskel, he's been so impressive with the boot now. He's going to have to work hard to get this one over today. Right on the sideline. It's got the length, and you can just see there the sea breeze is just going to be his enemy. Doesn't even get it past the try line. Still making it. Tugun Seahawks 16, Runaway Bay Seagulls 6. Play gets resumed. Seagulls, they looked like they were going to get themselves back in this one. But if history is to show, these, as I made mention at the start here, it's thought for a second there the Seahawks were going to be off the hook, but that's another play off the kickoff where they've just knocked it on inside their own dead ball area. So I was just about to make mention, Tugun and Runaway Bay, they had their 3 games that they played this year. In one occasion, they were separated by 2 points on 2 occasions. The other one being a draw. So there will be a winner today, no doubt, because being the elimination final. So who's going to get the last laugh? So far, Tugun Seahawks are looking that more just impressive. But Runaway Bay Seagulls have been looking very impressive inside the opposition's 20. So this will be played here by Wedderburn Parish. And that's... So this will be Wedderburn Parish. It cuts through. That's gone into the hands. I think that was taken past there by Steve Rooney. Wedderburn Parish now to play from dummy half. It's got the likes of Demetric Pello going for it. Split out the run. So just off the back of that forced error off the kickoff, the Runaway Bay Seagulls are now back in business once again, making the scoreline now 16-10. Runaway Bay Seagulls, they're also last year's champions. They're going to, and just like in the NRRL too, the Tweed Coast Raiders, who were the champions from last year, they had to go from 5th place to try and retain their title, though their run came to an end last week against the Casino Cougars. So Runaway Bay, they'll need to do something very similar if they're going to take grand final honours for 2019.
Runaway Bay, they finished with an 8-1 and 8 win, 1 draw, 9 loss record with 44 points. As I may mention, Janarm Wedderburn Parish, he's scored 12 tries. He's the third overall try scorer, but they do have the top point scorer in Jake Powell with 156. All their losses have been to teams above them on the ladder as well. And with it, and that lone win against the Tugun Seahawks, all their wins have come against teams that aren't featuring in this year's finals. As you can see, the kick goes over, so now they bring it with inside 4 points. And could this go to script like the last 3 games that they've played this year? Thus now making the score, Tugun Seahawks 16, Runaway Bay Seagulls 12. All their wins have come when they scored 24 points or more. And I'm covering NRRL this year, I've said that a lot and passed through the games that the pass score is 24, so, and it seems to be the case too in the Gold Coast Rugby League competition. So the Runaway Bay Seagulls have just got a bit more pep in their step. Wedderburn Parish now plays it from dummy half. They'll send this one high on the third phase. This will have to be played. Oh, just beats Corey Morris for pace, but it's just going to be having a little bit too much off on the kick. So a 20-metre race start now for the Seahawks. So play resumes now, 20 metres on their 20-metre line. Big, hard barraging tackle there by the Seahawks. And they know they've got themselves back into this game after a shaky start. They'll be now there, they're just inside 40 from the Seahawks line. That right side has been working very well for the Tugun Seahawks thus far. Though they want to get some bit more creative on their left side as well. It's played there by, I think that's Will Johnson. Big hard hit. Just shy of halfway. Seagulls trying much better defence. This is a short side play. And that's taken up there. That was taken up there by, that was Rob Apanui. That's Mescal. So that's fifth and last, 35 metres out from the Runaway Bay Seagulls line. That's passed there by Johnson. Kick goes up there by Mescal. And that's just going to have a little bit of hang time. Oh, just come off. I think that's just come off the arm of Corey Morris. But well collected there by the Runaway Bay Seagulls and Dan Kelly. Scrum feet coming to about 15 metres away from the Seagulls line. So for Runaway Bay Seagulls, 6 of their players have scored 5 tries or more this year. 2 of those players have scored 10 or more. Wedderburn Parish and John Macklin with 12 and 11 respectively. Every player who has played at least 8 games barring one has scored this year, which is basically the case too for the Tugun Seahawks as well. So, and both teams have got their strongest possible lineups for this 4th and deciding game. The most important one being the elimination final. Well driven in the tackle there. So far it's following the script, just 4 points of deciding it after a fast start by the Tugun Seahawks. The Seagulls have just got themselves back into this one. This is Wedderburn Parish, they made mention. Unloads there. I think that's going to be taken up there, but that's Jack Doran. And they're about 55 metres away now from the Seahawks line. They're playing good football up the middle. And there's a big gap on this right side here for the Seahawks. Seagulls know it, and just for their trouble, penalty given to the Runaway Bay Seagulls. And you can see there, Appietta for number 22. Just one of those 7 or 8 changes that we got just after kickoff. So they'll have this 30 metres out. See, if you look at it in boxing terminology, you'd think so far the round goes to the Tugun Seahawks, but the Seagulls, potentially off the set of 6, could change that on the scoreboard where it matters. And that's a big hard hit. So this will be now played by, I think that's going to be played there by Wedderburn Parish. That's gone into the hands of Rooney. They're gone on that short side. And so this will be now Wedderburn Parish from dummy half, playing short side, brings it back right side. And just that hospital pass collected there by the Seahawks, and they'll have a set of 6 about 10 metres away from their own line. So this will be played now 30 metres out. They'll bring this in the middle of field. Good tackle there, but I think that's Packy Emapo. Good tackle by him. He'll take this up. Oh, nice hard tackle around the hips. And then we brought that 40 metres out now from the Seagulls line. They're liking that short side. Seagulls they're waiting for it though. That's Camilla Paki Emapo in the tackle. Kick will go up. And I think the winner, Troy Canning has just absolutely spilt that. And if he catches that, he's looking likely. But in all fairness though, that you probably just saw that breeze, that strong breeze from the out near Coolangatta has just held that ball up, and that's probably their only saving grace in that going over. But Troy Canning, he's had better days with that ball. So this will be played out from dummy half by Wedderburn Parish. That's going to be taken up there by Jack Doran. 40 metres out from the Seahawks line. So that's Happy Apiata. And his big hard run, he got to just fended off about 6 or 7 Seahawks players. So this is Wedderburn Parish playing. They plays a short side. Massive cutout pass into the hands of Dan Kelly. And he's just going to be held off there. Cut for about 2 different players, fifth and last. They're going for broke off the 5th phase. But he's just going to be held there. Well defended there by the Tugun Seahawks. And they'll have that about 2 metres away from their own line. So this will be played now. They'll have it now 10 metres out from their own line of the Seahawks. And this will be taken and tackled there by Jack Doran. And this will be the second phase of play. Seagulls have just been much better in defence now in the previous first 10 minutes. As we're just beckoning about, we don't have a clock here, so I think there's about 15 minutes left to go in the first half. And only 4 points deciding it thus far. And hopefully this sun will go down just a bit. And we can be able to make out these numbers a bit better for you, because it's nearly impossible where we are. And this sun's smack and bang. Hopefully you get a better look at it than we are up here. So this will be now played about 45 metres away from the Seagulls line, 5th and last. So this will be, I believe this will be Will Johnson to play it. Mescal sends that one up, and that wind is just holding that up for about 3 or 4 seconds of normal. That one's just bounced back, and that's come off the hands of Corey Morris. And I think this, I don't know if this is going to be 6 more or not. Referee there is yet to confirm it, and he has now Morris from dummy half. This is Canning. He brings it inside field. So this will be played here by Johnson from dummy half. And a penalty conceded there by the Runaway Bay Seagulls, and it's in kicking distance. Whether they go for the 2 or not will remain to be seen. They do go for the 2, so I'll make that, unless the win plays a bit of a story in this kick, Sam Mescal will have no trouble adding these extras to stretch it out to convert a try. Very breezy day today, though I'd much rather be here on the hill than on one of these airplanes that are flying right behind us. When the wind blows here at Gold Coast Airport runway, is literally, if you're looking at this on a clock face, and this kick where it is on about, say, 11 o'clock, the runway behind us here is about 8 o'clock on a clock face, about not even 200 metres away. So this will be now Sam Mescal to add the extras. And hopefully his sake, this breeze just dies off just that little bit, and he'll slot this one over to make it 18-12. So, has he got that? I was a bit concerned about Sam Mescal not getting that kick. You could just see that breeze. It's just played havoc on the players, supporters, and myself here in the commentary box and everyone involved. Sam Mescal, who one of the top point scorers, normally slots that blindfolded even. That breeze has just picked up and just thrown it over. So that's now we're making 16-12. I gave you fair warning. I was a bit concerned about this breeze playing havoc on him, even at that close up. Nevertheless, life goes on, and this game goes on. Runaway Bay Seagulls are playing this one 40 metres out. They'll send this kick up. That whether that's played or not remains to be seen. The referee has indicated it, but it will be the Tugun Seahawks to go for a gallop. Oh, he's just taken off the ball. But this will be the first phase of play, 45 metres out for the Seahawks. This is Johnson from dummy half. Big hard run there, 30 metres. Does well to get it just outside of the 30-metre line. This will go through as many hands as it possibly can, but it's going to be brought down there by Paki Emapo. 30 metres out on the third phase. Seagulls there just chewing up a little bit of clock. They'll get it through. Oh, nice split. But he's just going to be held off the ball. And there's just still 6 in the 7th defence here, the Seagulls. Johnson plays it. Could there be another third try? Kick across the carpet. Well read off the ball there by the Runaway Bay Seagulls. Line dropout beckons for them. So the Runaway Bay Seagulls, they'll be running into the breeze in the second half. So they want to be able to make the most with this breeze behind them to at least get the lead by a couple of points. So the kick goes up, and look at that. Just 55 metres on the fly. This will be taken up here 40 metres, 30 metres out from the Seagulls line. That was a great tackle there by James Poll on the 5'8". So this will be played by, I think that's Johnson. They go short side. That's Meskel. Cut up pass into the hands. That is a halftime hooter. And that will finish into the hands of Macaulay Dawson. And what a first half of football here at the Betty Diamond Complex here in Tugun. And there's not even a full try that separates them. As when you look at the tail of the tape between the two teams coming in this one, it is absolutely no surprise. Fast start by the Tugun Seahawks in the first 15 or 20, but the Runaway Bay Seagulls have pegged this one back and bring on the second half and see who will progress in the week 2 of the Rugby League Gold Coast final series. Halftime here at Betty Diamond Complex in Tugun. It's the Tugun Seagulls 16 to the Runaway Bay Seagulls 12. We'll be back with you in the next 10 minutes for the second half of action.
Oh, jeez. So many obstacles. I'm not...
Dwayne Neville coming back from the live at the Betty Diamond Complex for Rugby League Gold Coast elimination final action for 2019 between the Tugun Seahawks and the Runaway Bay Seagulls. It's 16-12 in favour of the Seahawks. Runaway Bay Seagulls, they are the defending premiers, so they know they've got 40 minutes to get themselves into next week. So last time these two teams played, it was a draw at Runaway Bay, 14-all. Tugun got the spoils in round 9 at this very ground, 20-18, whilst Runaway Bay won 24-22 in round 3. At least one of these teams has featured in every grand final since 2011. And now the interesting fact is that Tugun Seahawks, they've scored 68 tries to Runaway Bay 78. Though for the Runaway Bay Seagulls, 23 of those were from the top 2 try scorers. Their top 2 were responsible for 23 of those 78. And players used throughout the course of the season, the Seahawks 39, Runaway Bay 38. So you could not get any more level pegging, and there's still plenty more to be told in the final 40 minutes of regulation time. Of course, we have extra time if we do have scores locked here today. As play gets resumed for the second half of action. And that sun, as it's setting over just past the Currumbin side of field, it's just blaring in our faces here. So this will be taken up there on the third phase. Nice tackle around. Manages to get the offload. There's 3-on-1 here for the Runaway Bay Seagulls. But it's going to be met in defence there by the Seahawks. And they're just there 40 metres away from the Seagulls line. They play the short side. Nice pass. That's going into the hands of Jake Powell. He's a little bit short on real estate, and he's just going to be caught on the sideline. So the Tugun Seahawks now have a scrum feed 25 metres away from their own line. So for the Runaway Bay Seagulls, they've got some big experience from last week's lineup. 12 of their players have played 14 out of a possible 18 games. 3 of those have been playing every game. 8 of their games have been decided by 10 points or less. And so they won 3, 1 draw, and 4 losses. So in the same aspect as I mentioned in the first half of the Tugun Seahawks, as a plane just flies directly over our heads here, if they had overturned 2 of those 4 losses, then, well, at the very least, we'd have been calling from Runaway Bay's ground today. Or they would have been playing the likes of Southport Crumble. Of course, that's tomorrow in the qualifying final for second versus third. Southport versus Currumbin as well. They'll be on Bar TV. Scotty will be on the mic for that one tomorrow. So the Tugun Seahawks, of course, the winner of that will play the runner-up of that game between Southport and Currumbin. So this will be played by Johnson. Nice little flick inside pass to the likes of Nick Harold. And he's just going to be brought down there 30 metres away from the Seagulls line. 5th and last. Kick goes up. Nice kick across field. Well read there by John Mackin. And he's going to be pinned there on his try line. He brings that one back into about 20 metres away from the Seagulls half a field. Second phase of play, they'll play this up the middle, the Seagulls. And he's going to be brought down there about 30 metres away from the Seagulls line. So this is going to be taken up here, 4th phase. Good tackle there by Tim Cassidy, one of the try scorers from the first half. So played from dummy half. This has been some really good defence here by the Tugun Seahawks. They've pinned the Seagulls deep inside their own half of field. They'll send the kick up. And I think that had potential to go about 30 or 40 metres. It's just barely gone about 10 with courtesy of that breeze from the seaside. You'd have to think there's probably at least 30-kilometre winds out there coming from the sea breeze, and it's just played a part in this game, for better or worse, for both teams. So this will be played from dummy half, 30 metres out. Nice hard run. Good tackle there by, I think that was Jack Doran to pin the Seahawks on their 40 metres. They play the short side. And that was Darcy Sims getting involved in the tackle. He's always looking for work, Darcy Sims. So the Seahawks, they're now about 38 metres away from the Runaway Bay Seagulls line. Nice run from dummy half, but he's going to be pinned there. So it's be fifth. Oh, they managed to get the ball away out of. I thought for a minute there he was taking in the tackle, but nevertheless, this will be the fourth phase, 30 out. Sorry, this will be fifth and last. So this should go across field, and it does. Should be collected. Oh, that was meant for Tim Cassidy, but instead it's just well plucked out of defence by the Runaway Bay Seagulls. I think that's Ben Fritz that's taken that one. Must iterate, these numbers are very, very hard to read with this sunlight blaring in our faces here. And we've got planes flying over our heads and 40-kilometre sea breeze. Part of the Guernsey, though. So this will be now taken up here, just shy of halfway. This will be on the third phase. Seagulls, I would love to have one at least in their 20 or 30 metres of the Seahawks heart section of field. That's taken up there by John Mackin. And they're 38, about 38 metres away. This will be at Jenna Wedderburn Parish. This will be sent up here by Stephen Rooney. He's a replacement halfback. Oh, well taken off the kick there from the Seahawks. I think that might have been Troy Canning. But that's will be played now about 35 metres away from the Seahawks line. Nice splitting run. Seagull. I wonder. You'd think though, even though it would be it's only 4 points deciding it thus far. The Runaway Bay Seagulls, they'll be absolutely necessary to get the first try and start fast in the first at least 10-15 minutes of the second half. So Johnston plays at short side. And they're going to just be brought there 30 metres out. This is the fifth and last. So this will be played from dummy half. Kick short. There might have been a hit of a knock on, and that is the case. Pass there just fell short of the hands. So this will be now fifth and this will be now a restart now for the Seagulls about 35 metres away from their own line. So this will be played from dummy half. Nice tackle there. So this is Wedderburn Parish. That's going to be, I think that was Jack Doran that takes a hit up there, 45 metres away from the Tugun Seahawks line. Wedderburn Parish from dummy half. Nice big hard run. And this will be now 35 out, third phase. The Seagulls are banging on this. This is Sims. That's Jake Powell there. And he's just smashed down into this Tugun turf. So this is Wedderburn Parish. That's in the hands of Macon. That's Darcy Sims on his left. He's like in the corner, but I think he's going to be pulled back for a forward pass. Seagulls there are the Seahawks are off the hook, so they'll have a scrum feed about 15 out from their own line. Trust you join the coverage here on Bar TV for the first final between the Tugun Seahawks and the Runaway Bay Seagulls. If you just joined us, the Tugun Seahawks 16 to the Runaway Bay Seagulls 12. Not a cloud in the sky, so at least somewhat favourable conditions for football, despite the massive breeze. So this will be played here by Jacob Grant. 10 metres away from the Seahawks line. And the tackle we made there about 10 metres. Eventually gets down there about 15 away from the Seahawks line. This will be Will Johnson played from dummy half. They go on the short side. And he'll be played there about 30 metres away. And they'll be appealing for a penalty, but they're not only will they not get it, they've just conceded the error there 30 metres away from their own line. So the Seagulls now will have this one deep inside. And they've always looked pretty dangerous when they've had a full set of six inside the Seahawks half the field. So all of players used last week for the Runaway Bay Seagulls in their win against the Southport Tigers, 28-24, have scored at least once this year. Three of those players that played last week have played a combination of 9 games, and that's Dimitri Pello and Matthew Canning for 5. So made 5 and 9 of those. So despite those 3, everyone else has scored at least once this year. So Runaway Bay Seagulls have won So the Runaway Bay Seagulls, they've had 18 try scorers to the Tugun Seagulls 22 throughout the course of the year. And then you look at the head-to-head going into this one, could not be separated by even on aggregate 2 each, 2 points each. And then, of course, they had that last game where they had that, I believe that was a 14-all draw in round 17. So as play resumes now, scrum will go down for the Runaway Bay Seagulls. 30 metres out from the Seahawks line. And who would have thought with the start that the Seahawks had, they started very fast pace in the first 15 minutes. Looking good to potentially get it out to a 16 unanswered lead. And that's not going to help matters for the Seahawks. Penalty conceded, it's directly in front, but as we learnt from, I think that was Sam Maskell, who 20 out, and normally just froze them over blindfolded. Still couldn't get the kick with this sea race, so they'll be running this to Seagulls. This will be taken up there by Dimitri Pello. They'll get it through the hands. They like that short side, but he's just absolutely spilt it. And to the approval of the Tugun Seahawks fans behind us, they'll have the scrum feed 10 out from their own line. So the Runaway Bay Seagulls coming into this one, all their wins I made mention they scored when they scored at least 24 or more. So they're at 12 at the moment. So they'll very much at least need to double their lead if those stats are anything to go by. They've only held 2 single-digit defensive records. Both times were against Tugun, and both times were scorelines of 40-4. Of course, having 16 conceded on that's going to run into next week if they do progress. And a penalty conceded there by the Seagulls, deep inside the Seahawks half a field. And with this breeze behind them, they'll be looking pretty to get at least on the Seagulls 40-metre line. So they'll have this one, well, not quite on 40, but just shy of the 50. To be taken up here in the first phase. So this will be played by Johnson from dummy half. They'll get it through the hands here. It's just going to be held there 40 metres out. So I could see the likes of Samuel Edu, who was the try scorer from earlier here. He's looking for work here. He's got no one defending. You probably can't see it on your screens here, but there's no one defending him at the moment. Then I could see the likes of, I think that's Jake Powell just calling for extra troops to mark up against Samuel Edu. So this will be Johnson, the player from dummy half. They'll get it through their hands here. Nice cut-out pass. They're liking to get it up the centre. The referee's told them to play it on. And just a hint of a knock-on there by the Seahawks. They'll have a scrum feed 10 out. So trust you're enjoying the coverage where you may be watching on Bar TV. The Rugby League Gold Coast Elimination Final, 16-12. Seahawks just with their noses in front. And we're about... Well, we don't have a clock here. It feels like about 50, somewhere in the 55 minute mark. Seahawks, just with their noses in front. They want to make them. They want to make the most of this. Field position where they're deep inside the Seagulls half. They'll be looking to force the error. So the Seagulls forcing many hands. That's a nice tackle there by Nick Harold. They'll get it through the hands here. So Seagulls, they're going to be held there 40 metres out from their own line on the third phase. They're playing, they've got big boppers up the middle, and they want to get at least in good field position, look for a potential line break. And let's see what they can do now, 40 metres away from the Seahawks line. Nice little hit and spin, but he's going to be brought down there. 45 out, well defended there by the Seahawks. So this will be Weta Parish. Kick goes up. Should be collected there by Troy Canning, but he's just, I think he might have just collected a knee. And so he gets up. So the Seagulls there, they've just gone into third or fourth gear in defence. At very least, they want to keep the Seahawks deep inside their own half of field. Oh, big hard hit. But all for its worth for the Runaway Bay Seagulls. They've just conceded the penalty. And now the Tugun Seahawks, with this breeze, that will be Sam Meskel. He'll have this one now 45 metres out from the Runaway Seagulls line. So this will be taken up on the first phase. 40 metres out. Nice hard run. Big hard tackle into the Betty Diamond complex service. This will be now the second phase. Big hard gallop, 30 out. They'll get it through the hands here. This will be played by, I think that's Corey Morris. Big, long throw. That was well intended for Sammy Letu. And you'd be forgiven to throw it out to him. He's been so dangerous in that corner, but you'd think that was probably meant for maybe another play or two. That was a big throw, cut through about 5 players. He was unmarked, but this is now going to be a scrum feed now for the Seagulls, 10 out. So as the scrum goes down, so we're going to try and do our best to try and identify some of these numbers, like where we're situated. This sun is beaming right in our faces. It's making, and where we are, we're basically 40 metres, we're on the 40 metre line on the Seahawks half of field, and it's just, yes, we'll do our best. So this will be now taken up there about 40 metres away from the Runaway Bay Seagulls line. Played from dummy half by Wedderburn Parish. And that's a good tackle there. That was, I think that was Nick Harold. Seagulls now 50 out. There was a hit there for incorrect play of the ball. They wanted to get on with the job. That was John Mack in there. He wanted to get on with the job. The referees told him to pull back. So this will be now taken up here. That's Jack Doran. 38 metres out from the Tugun Seahawks half a field. Wedderburn Parish. That's taken up there. I think that's Taniela Pavali. This will be Jennifer Parish now 30 metres out. He's got he had the likes of Jack Doran on his left side looking for work. And they'll bring it on the right side. This will be now 15 metres out. Wedderburn Parish from dummy half. That's gone into the hands of just shy there, 10 metres out. Seagulls there knocking on the door. There's big attacking price on their left. Kick across the carpet. Should be collected there by Sammy Ledu. They'll have a repeat set of 6 now, the Seagulls. So the Tugun Seahawks now, after having many players on the Runaway Bay Seagulls half a field, are now going to be having to defend with the sea breeze behind them. Kick goes up. You can just see there that's just dragged well past over the halfway mark. And still rolling. Does well to get about 60 metres off the fly. And big hard hit. That's taken in the tackle there by John Macken. This will be played short side. I believe that's Darcy Sims. 45 metres out from the Tugun Seahawks line. I think that one there was Taniela Pavali. That's Wedderburn Parish from dummy half. Gets an extra 10-15 metres. Seagulls have looked dangerous inside the Seahawks 30 metres. This is Mackin from dummy half. That's taken up there by James Poland. So they're getting ever so close to the Seagulls. This is the fifth and last. Seahawks are only just 4 points for the good at the moment. So this is Mackin. He's off to the thing, big cutout pass. That's gone into the hands of, I think that was Alan White. And the referee's called play on. This is Alan White. Beats about 3 players. It looks to bring inside field, but so this should be 6 more, and it is. So Alan White plays it from dummy half. Wedderburn Parish. This is going to be taken up by Farley. He's brought down. The Seagulls there just getting ever so closer. Wedderburn Parish from dummy half. That's gone into the hands of Happy Piazza. He's just bowled over. They're liking this, the Runaway Bay Seagulls, and they're going to now have a kick in front of the post to take the lead for the first portion of this game. And it's now tied up at 16 apiece. So Doran Hapiata. Hapiata, what a try. Gets it just next to 6, but as we saw in the second portion of the first half, a kick directly in front today is no certainty. With this 40-kilometre sea breeze, it's coming from just towards the New South Wales border. We're basically just about a kilometre away from it. So, and don't know if you can see on your screens there, you can see the goalposts there just swaying in the breeze. But Jake Pale will now have a kick directly in front, put the Runaway Bay Seagulls in front by 2 points. And he'll have no trouble adding the extras now. Runaway Bay Seagulls have their noses in front at 18-16 here at the Betty Diamond Complex here in Tugun for the elimination final of the Rugby League Gold Coast competition. Of course, today's winner will then go on to proceed against the runner-up of tomorrow's game between the Southport Tigers and the Currumbin Eagles. So, many would have predicted a grandstand finish, and it's looking like that's on the cards to be the case today. But now the Seagulls now going to have the work to do to play this last quarter of this game. They can't ill afford to give any errors deep inside their own half the field. The Seahawks, though, they have the sea breeze in tow. So the Seagulls are getting the metres up here. They're about 45 away from their own line. Nice little dummy half play. And this will be now fourth phase. They got the short side. There's numbers on the left here for the Seagulls. They want it. And that's nice offload there by, I think that was Alan White. Fifth and last. So this will be Wedderburn Parish. Oh, nice kick across the cover. Should pick up his own kick. He does eventually. It's still the fifth and last. They're at 6s and the 7s of defence here for the Seahawks. And look at that. Impressive try by the Seagulls. They're getting on with business now. And they're saving their best to last. The Runaway Bay Seagulls, they'll now have a lead now of 22-16. Just out of nowhere in this last 5 minutes. The Seahawks haven't done much wrong. But and Ben Fritz adds the extras. What a play by the Runaway Bay Seagulls. It's just come out of nowhere. They'll now have a kick to make this potentially 24-16. When it was the Tugun Seahawks having a very similar lead in the first 20 minutes, but they've just now have to regroup and pin this one back. It's because now it's starting to look like they're going to need to be the next ones to score. So this will be Jake Powell now looking at the extras. And he's got the length, and he's got the accuracy. Well kicked there by Jake Powell. Thus the male making it 24-16. Runaway Bay Seagulls with their noses in front. So Ben Fritz, that's his 7th try for this year's campaign. He was part of the Burleigh Bears Gold Coast League setup. He also played a bit of football for the Newtown Jets in the Intrust Super Cup. Played a bit of football for the Wentworthville Magpies, Manly Seagulls, New South Wales Cup team, Cabramatta. Also in 2018 featured in the Sunshine Coast Falcons Intrust Super Cup team. So he's done it all, Ben Fritz, and he's done an impressive effort today to get the Runaway Seagulls past the one converted try score lead. So this will be now taken 40 metres out. Seagulls have they know that it's theirs to lose from here now, the Seagulls. They'll be looking for at tomorrow's game, if they do get that way between the Currumbin Eagles and the Southport Tigers. That's going to be an epic contest tomorrow afternoon at Southport. And you can check that out on Bar TV tomorrow. That's well plucked there from Corey Morris. So this will be now taken 20 metres out now from the Seahawks line. And they're just going to be... so this is not what the Seagulls needed after the last 5-10 minutes. Been so impressive for them. Seahawks now going to try and make amends for the last 10-odd minutes. And you'd be forgiven to think that they'll now need to be the next to score, despite the fact that it's only 8 points that they're down by. They need to at least break this momentum, and they'll have this now 40 metres out. Brought down there, just 35 metres away from the Runaway Bay Seagulls line. They'll bring this inside, just centre of field. So there's a big right side play now for the Tugun Seahawks. And I can see, I think that's Sam Latu there. They're aiming it for him again. Let's see what he can do. Here's Sam Latu. He brings it inside field. And he beats about 6 or 7 players. And he does well to bring it just to the centre of field. This will be Will Johnson now, the play from dummy half. And he'll be told to replay that. So this will be Johnson. That's gone in the hands. I think that's Matt. Sorry, that was Corey Morris. And we brought down there. This should be the 4th phase of play. Nice play from dummy. That's Grant into the hands. That's Morris. That's Tim Cassidy. When you need to get the business done, you look to your top try scorer. Tim Cassidy splits that front through the middle and has got the Seahawks back into this game at 24-20. And I believe that was Tim Cassidy with that sunlight in the face. We'll just have to wait to confirm with it upstairs. It was indeed Tim Cassidy. What a way to bring his 12th try for the campaign. And they'll now have a kick. Sam Maskell looked at the extras to get this within 2 points. And how appropriate when the last three games between these two teams in season 2019 being decided by 2 points or less. So Maskell, he's got the sun smack bang in the face. It's got the distance. Has it got the accuracy? He's just short. Oh, not a bad effort with the sun directly in the face. So it's Runaway Bay Seagulls 24 to the Tugun Seahawks 20. This has been some really tit-for-tat action here. Let's see how this eventuates in this last quarter of the game. Of course, there has to be a winner today. And there's no more tomorrow for tomorrow's runner-up. So that's Stephen Rooney gets us restarted. So this will be now taken 20 metres out. That's a nice hit up there by Levi Norton. And this will be played by Johnson from dummy half. Good tackle there by Jack Doran. And they're just inside 40. They go the short side, the Seahawks. They do well just to get inside the Seagulls, half a field. 45 metres out. This is Johnson from dummy half. He had that was Nick Harrell there on that short side. So this will be played there through the hands. 30 metres out. So this is kick goes up. It's got some serious height. Probably liked a few more extra metres. Cassidy was keen for a triple. He wasn't going to get it. Well run in defence there off the kick there for the Seagulls. So this will be played 30 metres out. Nice legs tackle there by Ryan Martin. So this will be now played 40 out. This is going to now be Jake Powell in the third phase. Just inside 40. They play the short side. That's a hands. That's Jack Doran. And they're 45 metres out now from the Seahawks line. Seagulls, they haven't lost any ascendancy despite conceding that try. There's still 4 points for the good. But I know the Seahawks have got this 18th man in the stands here today. Should be collected there by Troy Canning. And he's going to be just held off the line there, about 15 metres away. So Seagulls, they'll be wanting to keep the Seahawks. Well, they would like to keep them inside their own 30 if they can, but the way that the Seahawks are playing with this sea breeze, so this will be playing short side. Well read in the tackle there by Demetric Paulo. So that's played off there by, I think that was Paul Sheedy. Nice little hit and spin there. I think that was Josh Harvey. They play the short side through the hands. That's gone into Cassidy. And he can score from anywhere. Josh Cassidy, but he's just thrown that one away. He's got that one into the hands of Stephen Rooney. And he'll collect it, and he'll have this one 45 out from the Seahawks line. Seagulls there appealing for a penalty. Played from dummy up by Wedderburn Parish. Big hard run there by Demetric Paulo. This will be Wedderburn Parish to play it from dummy half. This will be a nice big hard run by Favali. He's probably been their biggest metre gainer for the Seagulls today. Wedderburn Parish from dummy half. That's one of the try scorers there, Piazza. And he just brings it out there 15 metres out. Seahawks, they've done so well in this last 5 minutes in this tit for tat kind of action. They can ill afford it. Well, that's one way to get them off the hook. Demetric Paulo has just knocked that one forward. And this will be a scrum feed coming now for the Seahawks, 10 out. So the Seahawks now, they'll play this one 10 metres out from their own scrum feed. And they'll be held there about 15 metres away from their own line. So that's Sheedy, plays it from dummy half. He's going to be brought down there 15 metres away from his own, 25 metres away from his own line. Sheedy from dummy half. Plays short side. And he's just going to be held off the mark there. That's just inside the Seahawks 40. Oh, big hard tackle there. Nicely tackled there by the Runaway base Seagulls. So they'll be opting for the kick on the fourth phase inside. That is inside the 40. It's just not going to find the sideline. If anything, it's going to have way too much oomph. And this will be a Runaway bay restart 20 out. So trust enjoying the coverage on Bar TV. It's all coming down to the wire here in Tugun. Tugun had the nice little handy lead in the first 15 minutes, and now they're playing for their season here with 4 points required to get over the Runaway Bay Seagulls 24-20. they have got a big contingent of support here on the hill. Whilst Runaway Bay Seagulls, they're basically doing it from 5th spot. They want to do their best to potentially host another grand final day. As I made mention at the start of this half, at least one of these teams since 2011 has featured on grand final day. So they'll be looking to keep that trend today either side. They're going to have to do well with the likes of Currumbin and Burleigh, who have got the week off, and as well as the Southport Tigers. So as Darcy Sims played it from dummy half, big high kick, should be collected there by Corey Morris. It's just gone over his head. He'll go for a gulp now, and he's going to be crunched there just inside the Seahawks 10 metres. Oh, he's going to be opting for a penalty. That's a little bit of a silly penalty for me for the Runaway Bay Seagulls. And Corey Morris wanted to get on with the job. But the referees, they're going to opt in to take the kick. So James Poland there, he's protesting about something, but all that's now going to eventuate now is a restart for the Seahawks. 40 metres away from their own line. So to be taken up there by Troy Cassidy. He's probably been their player of the game thus far. 2 impressive tries. So that's played there by Johnston. And he's going to be brought down there. Good tackle there by the likes of Dylan Pello. And they're 45 metres away from the Seahawks line. They can sense... Oh, I thought for a minute there the referee called penalty. He's just told them to replay it. So they're 45 out. So that's Levi Norton. He'll play it. Short side. There's a big... Oh, nice splitting run there. Could this one, the Seahawks get back into this? What a play there by the Tugun Seahawks. And that's what the time they needed to get on with business. And they'll now level this up with a kick to come at 24 apiece. You could sense it was coming in the last 5-10 minutes. But the Tugun Seahawks... Corey Morris. You're banking on him to also get on the score sheet today. And what a perfect time for him to do so. They'll now have Sam Meskel to line this one up to take the lead back for the Tugun Seahawks to make it 26-24. The writing was on the wall coming into this one, the last 3 games this year. Decided by 2 points. And this could certainly be the case again today. Both sides, both the north side and the south side of the Gold Coast Highway on show today. And good representation in the crowd by both sides as well. It's also competing with the Gold Coast show today as well. So Sammy Maskell, he'll be looking to add the extras to get their noses back in front. Just ride this one home. So Sammy Maskell, easy as a like for Sammy Maskell. You can hear it over here, the big support here for the Tugun Seahawks. They'll now making the score 26-24, game on. So the Seagulls, they go off for the short kick-off. Well batted back in. And the Tugun Seahawks have just got this slight advantage in this last portion of the game. So the Seahawks, all they really need to do now is just get to their set of 6 and defend well deep inside the Runaway Bay Seagulls. Half a field. So if you played from dummy half. So this will be now played. There's on the 4th phase. This is going to be taken up here by Levi Norton. So kick across field. There's Sammy Leto. Oh, he liked it. The nice pass deep inside the dead ball line. And well played to get it out there, 10 metres out from the Seagulls. Half a field. So nice run there, brought down 20 metres out. Seahawks know they've got this, they just defend well. So this is going to be taken in by James Powell. And they'll be looking for a big play from there. Jenna Wedderburn Parish from dummy half, who's their top try scorer. He hasn't featured today on the try scoring sheet. That's the man himself, Wedderburn Parish. They'll get it through into hands. That was Rooney. And they'll play through as many sets of hands possible. They play it on the just short of real estate there to do anything further with it. This is the fifth and last, 45 out for the Seagulls. They're playing right on the sideline. And it's just going to have too much depth on the kick. And to the approval of the Tugun Seahawks fans, they'll have this one 20 metres out. So the referee is just going to call time as nerves just calm down here on the field and off it. How are your nerves at home, folks? This atmosphere here is electric. So this will be now played by the Seahawks. 15 metres away from their own line. And you can see the desperation there in the scrum feed by the Seagulls. They're just going to throw every trick in the book. So what's happened here? So slight knock on by the Seahawks. And they're going to put down the quickest scrum feed you'll ever see, my friends. They know that this is not done yet. So there just might have been a hit of a knock on there that, well, I certainly didn't see. The Runaway Seagulls will now have they'll have no perfect opportunity than this with a scrum feed 15 out. And Tugun Seahawks will be doing their best to defend a 2-point lead. So they'll play the short side first up. And they're just going to be held there 10 metres out. Wedderburn Parish will play this dummy half. That's a big, hard run there, but I think that's Demetric Pillow. They're set. They're going to throw all their money on this left-hand side here, the Runaway Bay Seagulls. They'll look for the cutout pass. They have. That's John Macklin. That's gone into the hands. They opted for the corner. Well defended there by the Seahawks. This would be Macklin playing from dummy half. That's in the hands of Rooney. Rooney, that's gone into the hands. That's Paki Hempo. And this will be played here now by Wedderburn Parish. This will be, I think this is Pavali from, they're just banging down this door. It's going to be, this could be decided on this play. This is Rooney, big cutout pass. They'll get it through the hands. Oh, that had to be played up, but this will be another set of six coming now for the Runaway Bay Seagulls. They'll pack another fast scrum down. Had to be played, that play. Otherwise, the Seagulls were in the corner. So, what a fitting finale, potential finale here between both teams here. A field goal's not going to do Seagulls any good. 26-24. The Seahawks, their nose in front. In their past 3 games this year, they've only been separated by 2 points or less. So Seagulls, they'll know it. This is potentially going to be their season here on this play. This is John Macklin goes for a run. He thought he saw a gap here. It's just going to be closed up there by Tim Cassidy. So this will be played from dummy half by Alan White. And geez, a penalty. And that's on the buzzer, Doug. What do they do here? A 2 will make it in the extra time, but they know they're going to be kicking in the breeze. It's not going to help them. What do you do here, guys? Runaway Bay Seagulls, well, they're going to have to go for the 2 and send this in the extra time. And they've got a big sea breeze to compete with. And you can't see it here, but there's about no less than 50 punters going to be running right to the sidelines, and they're going to do their best to throw Jake Powell off his kick. You'd think half of Tugun has just rocked up to this corner here. And Jake Powell Well, this Seabreeze is going to be the least of his worries. He's just basically got half a Tugun on his backside as he takes this kick. So 2 points is going to be at least what it's going to be decided by. Jake Powell, it's all on you, mate. Runaway Bay Seagulls, will they go on the next week? They'll have to get the kick to get this one over, to take it extra time. Ride this one in. It's looking good. It's just shy. Below it, it's just going to be plucked off the kick. The Tugun Seahawks are home. I fought for a moment off the kick there. An absolute celebration here for the Tugun Seahawks. Right on the buzzer. I thought for a moment there that kick was going to get into a hand of the Runaway Bay Seagulls players and just steal it out of nothing off the kick. But nevertheless, the Tugun Seahawks are home for next week. What a contest, folks, and you wouldn't have it any other way. And it certainly was written in the script from the first 3 games of the season this year between these two great clubs. And on today, it was the Tugun Seahawks and their 18th man, so to speak, on the hill that got the job done. What a game of football between both teams. Now the Tugun Seahawks now, they'll await to see who's going to be the runner-up of tomorrow's game between the Southport Tigers and Currumbin Eagles. And of course, you'll see that on Bar TV tomorrow. Scotty will be back on the mic tomorrow to bring you the coverage of that one. And then, of course, Tugun Seahawks, they will now be on the road against either one of those teams next. I believe that will be next Saturday. Runaway Bay Seagull, their championship defence comes to an end today, unfortunately. But they threw everything they had at it. Brave effort by the Runaway Bay Seagulls. But it was just that last little ditch effort by Troy Cassidy and the rest of his teammates at Tugun Seahawks to get the job done. So it's full time here at Tugun. It's the Tugun Seahawks getting the job done, 26 versus the Runaway Bay Seagulls, 24. For the team of the Rugby League Gold Coast and Bar TV, I'm Dwayne Neville. It's been an absolute pleasure being on the mic for this one. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the contest between the Southport Tigers and the Currumbin Eagles. Have a good evening.